Dude, yesterday I was not planning to swim, but I still did. I was like, I'm gonna get a cold dip, you know, get one of those freaking cold dips. And I did, but it was so freaking windy. It was brutal. Like, I was not expecting that. I was like, fuck it, let's go. And I did. Just like every other guy on the beach, we all just stood there and watched the sun come out. We were just not ready. Even the beach guard, by the time the sun came out, then he put the flag out, like it's safe to swim now, but under supervision. I was like, okay. And then, fuck it, I went in, I took the dive in. There were waves there, like 4.5, 5 feet waves, like decent waves. I tried to go under a wave from the fucking beach, by the way, not like in the deep, on the fucking beach standing. I tried to go in. I had a chest cramp. That's the first fucking thing. Like, I got a cramp right here on this, you know. I was like, what the fuck? But somehow I survived. And then I came out, and then I almost died because it was so fucking cold because of the wind. Anyway, I just ran to the changing room, and then I sat there for 15 minutes just wearing this freaking jacket, shivering and almost dying in the corner. But I survived. I survived, and I'm good. But it was fun. It was fun. The fucking cold shock, man. That shit is worth it for sure. Anyways, it's Thursday, 7:30 a.m. January 22. Damn, man. Past couple of fucking weeks were good, I would say. I was also thinking about this, and I'm definitely gonna talk about it in a short or something, where if somebody just fucking woke up and decided to break down pipes and shit upstairs, what the fuck? These fucking guys, bro, I swear to God, they're fucking insane, bro. My upstairs neighbors are monkeys or some fucking Amazon tribe or some shit. They're like fucking back from the future, future from the back, some shit. Like monkeys came from the fucking future. They have nuclear cold fusion reactor that runs on this fucking corner. On this fucking corner, they're fixing the world pipes and shit. And every now and then you hear them fucking making train sounds. It's like, what the fuck are you guys doing, bro? What the fuck is wrong with you, bro? And then I have some of these neighbors, fucking, they're worse than those wild people, you could say, you know? They're worse than fucking Neanderthals. They're fucking screaming right outside the door. As if, no fucking manners, no fucking decency. Absolute garbages, bro. I'm sorry. Like, they have no fucking, you know, it's fucking crazy, bro. Regardless, it is what it is, you know what I mean. And yeah, I was thinking about this. You know, when you have some good ideas and stuff that you want to work on, and then you start working on, though I highly recommend, if you guys get ideas and you want to do something, you're planning to do a certain thing or pursue a certain career or field of work, whatever it is, I would suggest do not talk about it. Yeah, do not talk about it. No matter who it is, just start working and realize this. If you get criticism or like pushback or negative feedback, specifically from the people who are close to you, your friends, your family, whoever they are, your peers and stuff, I will say in the face of resistance, ignore that shit, because them criticizing or pushing back against your ideas is like an indicator. It's an indicator where it tells you like you're going in the right direction. That's what it means. You have to install that in your brain. And once they start spewing negative stuff, that means this is going to work. They don't see it, but it will work if you are consistent. That's one thing. It depends on you. I think that's what it is. The whole world is that. People have ideas, people have thoughts, and then those ideas or thoughts are brought into a reality if they work on it enough. And if you don't see it, it doesn't exist. At some point, somebody had a freaking image of the Eiffel Tower in his head or on a piece of paper or something. And then eventually it came to be. The same goes for fucking pyramids, bro. And I don't know if you guys heard it or not. I was so hooked on that podcast with Lex Fridman and Paul Rosie. I follow Paul Rosie and I follow both of those guys regardless, but I've been following Paul Rosie for a while and I've seen how he's working. It's very close to what I work in, and it's fucking amazing to see, man. It's definitely fucking amazing. The way he described how they encountered this freaking almost Neanderthal like people in the Amazon. These people have been living there for a while, for a long time, and it's crazy, bro. It's freaking crazy. I feel like Amazon, the whole area itself is so out of the world in a way, where it's like, why is that place in specific so densely green? Why is it so nutrient rich that there are plants growing? There's whole ecosystems on fucking each tree, which is fucking insane. And there's a river that runs beneath the sky, and above the tree line or like below it, there's a whole stream of moisture that's like a river. So it's like a river in the sky. Imagine that. So it's freaking insane to think about that place and think like it's just nature. I think there's definitely some intervention there. And not by us like these modern humans who are fucking, painting their nails and dancing naked on the streets, cutting their dicks off and shit. Not us. Definitely not us. If we did that shit, I will burn it myself. But regardless, all jokes. But anyway, those freaking ecosystems. My hypothesis is that one, it's made by man or made by a certain group of people, which we will never be able to find because they all died or they made a failsafe, but they used nature in it. Hear me out. The soil over there, I think it's called terracotta. It's so freaking dense and rich that it grows things like no tomorrow, like just grows things. My hypothesis is that people built whole structures and cities and communities and even a civilization. I'm ready to say that. Uh, Thousands and I think a couple of people went there and saw civilization and these city of gold and stuff like that. I don't know about the gold stuff, but I think there was a huge freaking civilization with very, very intricate and complicated or like complex social social structure where there were communities and there was trading and they were using this river as a highway perhaps, and all these different channels and outlets of this river were like roads separating different cities or like communities. And my guess is they were somehow controlling the flow of river as well. But regardless, let's go to the main part where I feel like they made a failsafe where if things turn out to go in the wrong direction, somehow they were like these avatar people. That's what I feel like. They were like connected to nature very deeply in a way where if they were not to exist tomorrow, these plants and this nature will be their legacy, will be their legacy. And I think somewhere in between there were, some explorers from the outside world came and saw them and met them. I don't know if they transmitted disease or something or what happened. They died off. That's one thing for sure because they don't exist there. Yes, they do, those small tribes and stuff, and we don't know how much of what they know about it. You know what I mean? What information do they have? Do people even talk to them and stuff? And maybe they do, maybe they don't, but regardless, all those people died. That civilization of this very dense and complicated social circles and city and all of this, humans, all of them, they died. And they died within the span of, I don't know, I would say within a decade, the whole thing vanished. Within a decade, that's my guess. Maybe a lot, you know, it might not be a decade, it might be a year or two, perhaps. Depends on the disease or whatever they died from. And I was thinking, why don't we find the bodies? Why don't we find the skeletons or the infrastructure, the buildings and stuff, you know? And I think the reason is we go back to the first part. It's their legacy. Their legacy is what we are seeing, the trees, the nature, the whole system of how, whatever you take from nature, it's recycled back. It's so efficient. They all died, but not like how there was this mass death in Paris, the catacombs beneath Paris, and there are like millions of freaking skulls and bones under the freaking city, the catacombs, you know what I mean? And there's proof there, like, oof, that many people died, there's fucking skulls there. And the thing goes, it's so complicated, the freaking catacombs. And haunted, definitely, demons and shit, for sure, for sure. There's no arguing there, and you won't convince me otherwise. You're saying there's like piles and piles of fucking dead bodies and there's no demons. Even if demons didn't exist, now they exist. But regardless, we have proof that people died there and there are catacombs there. But in Amazon, we don't. Why is that? The failsafe. They all died, but they returned back to nature. The trees, the environment absorbed them. So that's why there are no remains. That's what I think. There's no proof, or perhaps there's very little proof that there were civilizations and humans there because nature just absorbed them. Nature just consumed them, recycled them. And that's one of the reasons why it's so densely green. It's so densely green because all those humans, imagine if there were like 6 million humans and they died. Imagine the amount of nutrients and freaking micro, macro, freaking you know what I mean? Food for the fucking forest, you know what I mean? Everything just decayed, went back to the ground, and it made the soil so rich and so, nutrient dense, where the forest doesn't need anything else, it just needs to grow, and that's why it grew so dense. I think it's like an indicator, like this place grew so dense because there were so many nutrients there. And where did the nutrients come from? How did these freaking trees become the size of freaking buildings and stuff, like huge, thick? It's because all those people that died there, they're still there, but in essence of nutrients. And that's why the whole area is so green. And then it brings me to this. Why what's this about global warming? Okay, I need to connect some dots here. So global warming just sprung up, and everybody was like, the earth's dying, we need to plant more trees. Go green, go green, go green. Yes, there's business elements involved and people are making a lot of money, but the thing about going green is they're planting more trees. That's one thing. Take that into perspective. They're planting more trees, they're planting more trees, they're planting fucking trees everywhere. They're fucking planting trees everywhere. In the garbage area, in the fucking streets, you see kids carrying seeds and stuff. When it was peak, I saw a fucking kid carrying a small freaking plant, and then he planted it right near the sewage area, and I saw it grow up and then cut out. But regardless, the point was that sewage plant, bro. I swear, I saw its roots and shit. It went under the curb and it went in the sewer. It was amazing to see. And I saw a couple more freaking plants growing, like literally on a sewage pipe on a building, and the plant was hanging out and coming all the way to the ground. And this plant was on the fourth or the third floor, which is insane. And nobody like plucked it out or something. It was there. I don't know if it's still there or not. So planting so many trees, global warming, everybody's planting trees, fucking doing so much. People are dedicating their lives just fucking planting trees. You saw that guy, his wife died. He's like, my new mission is to just plant trees endlessly. And he did. That's fucking amazing. You know what I mean? Rows and rows and rows of trees. And fucking Greta Thunberg is going crazy about that as well, as always. And she's being driven by people and stuff. But I mean, people should give her like, she should carry like a bag of seeds, and wherever she goes, she just fucking sprinkles some, grow plants, grow, and give that speech to the fucking seedlings. And perhaps those seedlings just become, sentient or something. They just start fucking sprouting faster and become like root type of people or something. Again, I deviate, my bad. So they're planting more trees, but at the same time you're seeing they're cutting down the Amazon. It's interesting to me, and I'm thinking, are they cutting trees and planting more just to make space? But space for who? You know what I mean? Space for who they're cutting trees? That makes me think, you know what I mean? They're making the planet more greener, but they're shaving away from one side of the planet. I wonder what's the reason. And I wonder what place is that. Did you hear a fucking monkey just now? I swear to fucking God, these fucking insane people, bro. Send them to the fucking Amazon, bro. Make it more green. Anyway. Yeah. I think they're cutting more trees and planting more trees. They're making space for something or someone. Regardless. It's pretty interesting, man. It's definitely very interesting. And yeah, that's pretty much it from me. I'll see you in the next step. See ya.